Hello, very good morning and welcome to Athavan newspaper highlights. Today, Thursday, 9th of February 2017. This is Edward with the highlights of today's English newspapers. As usual, we have three leading daily newspapers for the highlights: Daily Mirror, Daily News and Ceylon Today. Firstly, let's focus on the Daily Mirror. Some action taken to curtail the activities of perpetual treasuries, Central Bank Governor says. Refused to give details, citing secrecy provisions afforded to Central Bank under the Monetary Law Act. Says 2 internal probes underway. Says they have already taken action. The Monetary Board has taken some action to curtail the activities of perpetual treasuries, and 2 internal investigations were underway in addition to a police investigation, Central Bank Governor Dr. Indrajit Kumaraswamy said yesterday. Between May and August 2016, 110 billion rupees loss in 15 state institutions. Losses and wastage of 15 state institutions had exceeded 110 billion rupees during the period between May to August 2016. Parliamentary Committee on Public Enterprises report, which was presented to Parliament, said yesterday. 8 patients test positive for influenza H1N1. 8 patients confirmed to be infected with the influenza H1N1 virus are presently undergoing treatment at the Biblia Hospital in isolation, hospital director said yesterday. SLMC has no option than accepting Citum now. The government yesterday said the Sri Lanka Medical Council has no option other than accepting Citum as a fully qualified private medical college now that the Court of Appeal has given a clear ruling in favor of it. Joe defends the government scholarships given to students to end Citum. The joint opposition yesterday defended the awarding of full scholarships to students to study medical degree offered by Citum during the previous regiment's tenure. Secondly, let's move to Daily News. Kiriella warns SLMC, abide by court ruling, will seek court's intervention. Students cannot be held hostage to the whims of GMOA SLMC. Higher Education Minister Lakshman Kiriella yesterday said the government would comply with the court ruling on Citum and warned that if the Sri Lanka Medical Council did not adhere with a court ruling to register students from Citum, they would have to be taken to courts. The minister stressed that the students cannot be held hostage to the whims of the Government Medical Officers Association and the SLMC. MR's outstanding dues to Sri Lankan Airlines to be forwarded to COP. A report will be forwarded to COP on payments due to Sri Lankan Airlines by former President Mahinda Rajapaksa, Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe said. The COP committee will then decide on the further measures that should be taken in this regard, Premier Wickremesinghe said. Velikada prison killings. Action against those responsible. Action will be taken against individuals responsible for the killings of prisoners at the Velikada prison in 2012 once the government receives the police report into the incident, Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe said. The Prime Minister yesterday in Parliament tabled the report of the Commission which probed into the Velikada prison clash on November 9, 2012. Treasury bonds probe to be held in public. The Commission of Inquiry to investigate and inquire into the issuance of Treasury bonds during the period of February 1, 2015 to March 31, 2016 yesterday said that the sittings of the Commission will be held in public. According to the Commission's Secretary, the Commission has already started its work and is in the process of examining the large volume of documents that will relate to the central bank bond issue. Finally, let's move to Ceylon Today. COP report reveals wasteful activities of 15 institutions. 110 billion rupees lost to government coffers. And the highlight says, Central Bank of Sri Lanka Monetary Board launches 2 internal probes, perpetual treasuries ops curbed. Case against MR's ex-security chief on 7 March. Colombo Additional Magistrate Aruni Attigala yesterday fixed for 7 March the case filed by the Bribery Commission against former President Mahinda Rajapaksa's security chief, Major Neville Vaniyarachi. India mislead our ties with China. India misinterpreted the Rajapaksa administration's relationship with China but is silent on the current government's engagement with the rising superpower. MP Namal Rajapaksa, the eldest son of former President Mahinda Rajapaksa, said. War crimes probe. Lanka to ask UN for more time. Sri Lanka's foreign minister says his country needs more time to fulfill promises given to the UN human rights body to investigate war crimes allegations from a long civil war that ended 7 years ago. Office of Missing Persons Act, Cabinet not for amendments. The Cabinet of Ministers earlier this week approved several amendments to the Office of Missing Persons Act. Proposals made by Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe to amend several sections of the Office of Missing Persons Act during the last Cabinet meeting were passed. With that, let's come to an end of today's paper highlights. We will come with more news tomorrow morning. Thanks for listening to Athavan Newspaper Highlights.